Good, yeah. And we are here with our podcast.
Back again.
Cage Chronicles. Back again. It's been a couple of weeks. We're doing a quick one today. Going to be like a short podcast, just me and James. A little update of what we've been doing and what's coming up. And then we got a few guests on the next one. How are you doing, James?
I'm good.
Yeah, good.
It's been rolling. Been rolling for a few hours this morning. It's been good. You been picking on people?
You said you roll for a few hours.
Well, kind of.
Could you break down how it's a few hours?
Okay, 15 minutes of rolling over the course of 2 hours.
All right, yeah, exactly. Just rounded up.
That works well.
I was like, you didn't roll with us when I was rolling, and then you did a bit in the class. Yeah. So it's been rolling with white belts, pretty much.
Yeah.
What's been happening? What's been going on? What's been happening in the den? So we had Battlegrounds on the weekend.
Yep. We had Battlegrounds, 2 competitors on there. Jackson and James Wong. So Jackson's first debut on like a super fight, I guess.
First time with blue belt.
There you go.
So just goes blue belt.
Yeah. Fresh blue belt straight onto Battlegrounds, short notice.
Yeah.
Sort of picked up from someone pulled out, I think. Is that right?
It was a week's notice. So actually Jackson reached out and said, I wouldn't mind doing it. I said, that seems like a good match for you if you want to jump in and do it. And yeah, he got in there. Unfortunately, he got in a bad position, got tapped, but it is what it is with those jiu-jitsu comps. But he seemed quite composed when he was in there. Didn't seem too nervous, which is half the battle. I know his goal is to fight MMA eventually. So just getting in front of people and being able to perform. And there's obviously it's like, a lot going on. You got your walk out there, you've got your stage, you got the lights, there's like plenty of cameramen, there's like a crowd and everything. It was good little theatre as well for it, wasn't it? Yeah, good production, I thought. I mean, especially with the little doors opening with the video on and the walkout and the music.
Yeah.
And that was really good. What I found strange was the fact that no one made a noise.
Yeah, it's quite quiet.
I'm not used to that. So like, obviously everyone coming out, everyone's screaming and clapping and stuff, and then start the match and it's just silence.
I think you'll find that because a lot of the crowd are, practitioners. Like whereas say you go to the MMA like Eternal or UFC, a lot of people are just fans. They might not actually train, but with something like that smaller, intimate setting at Battlegrounds, everybody's probably training in some capacity. So when they're watching, it's just they're watching, they're analysing positions. Everyone's quiet. But if you notice, like when a little exchange does happen or something happens, everyone will clap or sort of they understand.
The only time I've sort of seen that before is when I used to watch Pride. And in Japan, it was just silence, and then someone would get a reversal or a head kick or whatever it was going to be. And then everyone's like starts cheering, and then there was silence again. Yeah, it was just very strange because then when you're coaching in the corner, it's just like it's good that
they can hear
your fighter can hear what you're saying, but it's just a bit strange.
You feel like everybody's listening to everything you're saying. I mean, I do notice a difference. Like obviously being in the corner at Eternal, and it's just
and scream over everyone.
Yeah, it's so noisy because I think people are just they're there, they're drinking, they're talking, they're in the crowd and they're going, he should have done this. He should have. If I was there, I would have done this. Like when at the MMA fights, but at Battlegrounds, it's just like everybody's just silent and kind of respectful. And then when something happens, you kind of get a little blow up.
No, I didn't mind it. It was good.
Yeah.
Just different.
Yeah.
And what's the most common thing you hear at MMA fight from the audience? Would you say?
Twist his dick off.
Twist his dick off.
Twist his dick off.
It always seems to be like a good little saying that everyone says for some reason. Yeah. Twist his dick off, or obviously just stand up. Yeah, or just knock him out.
You get the or the Ric Flair. They're like,
you.
Yeah, they just hear that so much at Eternal, and it goes over the whole night. Everyone just keeps doing it. So I think everyone there's. I think the Battlegrounds was alcohol free.
It was, so that's going to be
the last ones we went to. You could get drinks, so I think that might have been a bit more lively.
I just wonder about whether it's across the board. Like, so if you went to watch, maybe was it Craig Jones Invitation or something like that, would it be really noisy there? Would it be quiet like that? I don't know. Just interested me. It was very different to what I'm used to. And then we had James Wong compete. Yep. Luckily, he had a pull out because he was over in Queensland all the storms and everything, couldn't leave, didn't want to leave his newborn over there, which is fair enough. But luckily, Steve Kennedy stepped up.
Yeah.
It was an established black belt and coach as well, so it was a really good match for James, and it was a fun one to watch.
Yeah, it was really fun. What I found is, so everybody that was watching at home on the stream, they can't hear.
Oh, really?
No, so they can't hear me and you, or they can't.
Because the commentators.
They can just get the commentary, so they don't hear all the funny exchanges that were happening between Steve and James, or like what we're saying in the corner.
Yeah.
So if you're streaming from home, you couldn't hear all that. You just hear whatever the commentators relayed from that. But yeah, that was
funny.
pretty funny. Yeah. So
it was good. Like James did well. I think that's a good little style for him, because he's very good wrestling, good top control, and obviously that's what you want for that combat jiu-jitsu. So it's like it's perfect for him. Obviously, he loves the MMA, but that's a really good little style. So I'd be interested to see him against John Fraser now.
Yeah,
I'd be really interested.
And so John Fraser's former Eternal
two-time
Eternal
champ. Yeah, middleweight. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the weight
boy.
class above James.
Yeah, exactly. Well, James has fought that weight before.
Right, yeah.
But it's one before. That'd be really cool if we can pull that off for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
get that.
Really interesting to see, and now he's got used to how it works, because there's some positions he was like, I thought I could really unload some more strikes, but because it was a bit more strange because you had to hold on. You were here, it was a bit weird with the palm strikes.
I think Steve sort of came in with a different game plan to what you would expect. I think he came in playing. He obviously had Brody in his corner. So Brody's like a good jiu-jitsu practitioner and coach, and I think he was looking for the go-go plata a lot. So I think what he was thinking to do was he was thinking,
lockdown position.
Yeah, I think Steve was thinking okay, if I end up on my back, what can I do to shut down the strikes and then find a submission from there at the same time? And he went with that go-go plata.
Which makes sense. It's I'd probably have something similar as well against James. If I can get off to the side, lock it down, try and get a go-go plata or Omo plata, then I've got the side position if it pulls out, and then I can strike from there as well.
Yeah.
So, but James kept squaring up, and then I started taking that away,
Yeah, it just kept on stopping that foot coming through and then squaring back up, because it was shutting him down. He couldn't slap him while he was over to
off the one side, which is in MMA try and do the same thing. If you're in a guard position, if you can get that shoulder lock position off to one side, then they can't really punch and elbow you effectively. So it was a really good little strategy. But again, I thought the event was pretty good.
Yeah.
The first time I've been to it, every time we've had guys fight on Battlegrounds, you've been coaching, because I've been over east for MMA fights or whatever. It was both MMA fights, weren't there, over in Queensland. So it was good to be there, and it was cool.
Well, I've cornered I cornered James on Battlegrounds, and James cornered me on Battlegrounds.
That's right, exactly, But I've never been there, so So we want to get you on the next one, eh?
Yeah. Get back in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to. It'd be nice to jump back on there. I'm enjoying I'm competing on Sunday, SGT. So
I think we've got 11, haven't we?
11 competitors for this Sunday. SGT submission only, and I'm doing no gi and gi. I don't know how many competitors or anything. I've got brackets aren't up at the moment.
Is it Masters 2?
Masters 2 for myself. Yeah.
Do you reckon you'll get put down?
Maybe, I don't know. That's why I never bother checking until it comes through, and then because when I was brown belt, I'd always get put up 2 weight classes usually, and they'd sort of just put you up into heavyweight and into adults. But I think now you get that sort of a stop end at black belt, like we've talked about before. So there seems to be, if guys are competing at brown, they're usually going to keep competing at black belt. Yeah. And then now you're in there, so you might be going against a black belt that's been a black belt for 15 years, like the same amount of time I've been training, because there is no next category. So you just, it is what it is.
There's no 2-stripe black belt
category. Exactly. So you just, you know, I'm like a 4-month black belt, and I could go against a 10-year black belt, but at least you're getting some more matches then, because if the guys are competing, they're going to be in there.
I wonder who's going to do it. I know the numbers aren't as big as I've seen before.
It's actually 640.
Oh, is it more now?
Yeah, so it must have just been an influx on the last few days, because 640, I think, last time I checked. Right. So it could be more than that by the time the late entries roll around.
Wonder what black belt's going to be. Interesting.
Yeah, well, black belts can compete for free on this one, so I think that might bring a few more guys in. I think last time I checked, there was like 10, 12 black belts. But across the board, obviously, you got adults, different weight classes, masters and that.
Yeah.
So gi, no gi. I'm doing both, but some guys will do one or the other.
Yeah, that's cool. Good experience.
And James got his black belt
Yeah. Oh, yeah, James got his black belt.
after
So
Battlegrounds.
that was good, yeah. But I went to do it on the night. I wanted to take it with us and present it on the night, but I forgot it.
Yeah.
So...
Well, to
yeah.
be fair, I thought about it. I think it was in the day, Saturday here at Open Now. I thought about mentioning it to you as well. And then I forgot. And then you thought about it yourself and you forgot.
I had it in the bag. It's in the bag in the room. And then I was like, damn. So then I knew he was going back to work. So I said, I'll come in on Monday and we'll do it on the Monday. Obviously, didn't let him know until he turned up. But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
the black belt for the wall.
Well, he was well and truly overdue. I think he's been a brown belt for 6 or 7 years, I think.
Yeah, he's well overdue to get it. Like he competes consistently. I know he works a lot, but he's always competing.
He competes boxing, MMA, no-gi, combat jiu-jitsu, gi.
Wrestling.
The last gi comp he won was state titles, and he got gold in that at brown belt. So
I think one weekend he did a football match, I think like a rugby match, or AFL, did a rugby match, and then he went and competed jiu-jitsu, and then the next day competed wrestling.
yeah, he did. Yeah, So that's,
I think he won them all. So.
yeah, he just wins them all. And then I think it was the next weekend I was going to have to compete. That was when I competed against him.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this guy's just like scary as. I was like, he just doesn't care. He's just like, yeah, just whatever, do whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He goes to me, he said, oh, you're going to rest now? And he goes, oh, I might do weights in the morning, and I'll go to Battlegrounds. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he just can't stop him, can you?
No, you can't. But yeah, seems to manage, seems to be able to maintain. So that was good. It's been a good few events to start the year. Obviously, we had Moses fight over in Canberra.
Yeah.
And we've had another podcast since then. We went against a really good level. I think it's brown belt jiu-jitsu, maybe black belt judo. Good grappler. So it really tested his grappling, the striking. He was winning, got took down. It was really getting transitioned on the floor from position to position, and again, it just wasn't his night that night. You know what I mean? He's trying to get back up to his feet, and he got caught in like a what's it called? What's the choke?
Rear naked choke?
No, it wasn't a rear naked choke. It was what's the brothers, the twins? What's the brothers? Jiu-jitsu. Who compete? One championship.
Rotolo.
Yeah.
The Rotolo brothers.
What's the choke?
Rotolo team?
Yes.
That one?
That's
So
the
it's
one.
a rear
Had the
naked,
arm
but
in.
the arm in.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's what he got caught with. Yeah. And then we've got coming up. So we've got Domination coming up. We've got Domination MMA next weekend. So we've got the SGT this weekend.
Right.
The following weekend we have Domination. We have Luke competing. Luke Matchett. We've got Harvey Youngman. We have... What else we got on that? Now we've got Dylan competing because Lockie damaged his knee.
Yeah, so Lockie's out.
And then it was number 4.
Was it Aaron?
Aaron. Yeah, Aaron's having his debut. So yeah, it's going to be good. That'll be a busy night. That'll be good. Still can't get anyone to fight Jesse. Just can't get anyone to fight him. But hopefully, next couple of... I've been trying for every event. Don't know what it is, but if you're a flyweight out there and you've debuting or you've had one fight, then please get in touch and let's have a fight, because nobody will fight Jesse. Brown
Sugar's looking for a date.
He is.
Looking for a dance partner.
Yeah, so we'll still keep trying on that, trying to get him to fight. Got a Domination on. What other events got coming up? Anything else coming up?
Yeah, you got... so we got SGT, Domination, the women's...
Yeah.
Empowered, is it?
Yeah, we've got the women's event down at Mach 1. So we've got a couple of girls in there, haven't we?
Yeah, competing. So that's a jiu-jitsu comp at Mark 1, yeah. And
Shay's fighting on the Empire Muay Thai.
Yeah.
She's jumping back in the ring. So
is that on the same weekend as Domination, or is that the weekend?
It's the weekend after. So we got this weekend is SGT, following weekend is Domination, following weekend is the Mach 1 women's one, and then on the nighttime Empire.
Yeah.
I think there's a jiu-jitsu on the Sunday.
That might be the ABJJC Jiu-Jitsu comp, which I know there's a couple of guys already signed up for that as well.
So James is going to that one. I can't be everywhere.
Yeah,
unless you come and corner
Muay Thai with me.
You've got the
Empire on the Saturday night,
yeah.
and then the Sunday must be Oh, when's the women's jiu-jitsu comp?
Saturday afternoon.
Oh, okay, yeah. And
so
Sunday,
straight from there to there. So
and then
yeah,
Sunday's
never
like-
stops. If you run an MMA gym, it's always something. Boxing, Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, MMA, always something on there, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at a comp to do in May. I'm looking at doing myself, so I'll start getting in shape.
What's that one?
There's one in Singapore.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah. So Jed's got the pass to do that one. He got the free flights and everything. So I'm thinking about cornering and jumping in for that one as well.
That's ABJJC as
Yes.
well.
Yeah. The points. So yeah, something to train
Yeah,
towards.
that'd be cool. Yeah, it's good that he runs those. That's that Damien. I think.
Yeah, he messaged me the other day.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So hopefully that'll be then. And then we've got Worlds in August. Got heaps of stuff coming up. Lots of different bits and pieces coming up all the time. How's your training been going?
Yeah, good. It's feeling good this week. Last week I wasn't. I was struggling a bit, but then signed up for the comp. Just sometimes you're just not feeling it. Like it's just like I don't feel good. My cardio doesn't feel good. Just feeling really sluggish and slow and not firing. And then I did comp class Monday night, and I just really pushed Monday night. Just really pushed myself. And then by the end of Monday night, I was like, okay, yeah, cool. I feel good now. Cool. So it just like turned the table. You kind of wait. I knew I wasn't feeling good, but sometimes you just think it's going to click. Like hopefully I can find it, and then I'll start to feel better. And I found it in that class, and then trained good yesterday, felt good yesterday, feeling good today. So hopefully I'll keep that running through to Sunday.
But I mean, how many times are you getting approached by students saying the same thing? I've had it so many times over the many years I've been coaching where the guys got fights coming up or something and they go, I'm just not feeling it. Just not feeling the motivation. I'm just not feeling like ready. I'm not feeling my fitness, not feeling this and that. And it's like, well, you're never going to feel perfect all the time. Yeah. Unfortunately, like sometimes you don't want to train. Like the other day, I didn't want to train on the Saturday and I hadn't slept very well. And I thought, I got to move around, do something. And I did it. It wasn't the best session, but like I still felt better afterwards. Yeah. Same thing when you're fighting. You're going to be worn down. You get the guys coming in. It's trying to switch the head as well a little bit. Sometimes you see them all come onto the mat, especially lads who are fighting. You see them all sluggish. They're all a bit sore. They're all a bit tired. They're all a bit over it, really. And it's like, no, you gotta like switch on. You're here. You've made the thing to get here. Let's just bloody smash it out and let's train. Yeah. And really put the pace in, because then you're gonna feel better afterwards. Otherwise, doing a half-hour session is like, what's the point?
Yeah, you know? I think and even if it doesn't come good, you just kind of have to keep looking forward with that mindset. That sometimes I make it all the way to comp day or whatever, and I'm still not. Yeah, you're still not. But it's like, get out there. You don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. It clicks when you step on the mat and you feel, and you end up having a good match.
Well, it didn't happen in your last one. I mean, from memory, when you went into the. I think it was like a local one as well, and you did the gi and the no gi. Yeah. But you did the no gi first, and then you did pretty good, but then you got tapped, and then you were like feeling a bit like.
Yeah. So right? I had 3 matches in no gi, and then I didn't think I had an opponent for gi, but I did. So I'd kind of like shut my head off. I was like down, and then finished, and then the guys, they're calling my name, and he's waiting for me, and I'm like, got to get down there, and then I got tapped. Because I was just not in the right headspace then, and so I got like blitz, got tapped, and then I was like you still got 2 more matches. Can't like give up now. Like you got to go back out there and try, and then 2 more matches.
Are you talking about with Daz and stuff?
Yeah,
I was talking about the one before. That when you did it and you did like I think you got bronze.
I got gold in. I did gi first. Got
that's
gold.
It. Smashed it, and then you did that's right. Yeah, the other way around. Yeah.
Same there. Like I got gold in gi, and then you have this like high.
Euphoric.
You're like, I'm done. Like I got it. You feel good. Yeah. And then I was telling Robin before, and then I had to. They're all sitting there waiting for you at no gi, and you get over there, and then you gotta try and like reset and go again, and like it's like just this real like mental. Yeah. It's like hard to try.
You have to, I think, to do both the gi and the no gi, you have to have the right mindset. Unless you're like levels above everyone else, you're gonna go in, you're gonna be fatigued, you're gonna be tired. You've just gone through these battles over here, and you're pretty much starting fresh over here. Yeah. And the good thing about it is you're getting all that experience. Yeah. But if you get blitzed, then it's like you can't have the mindset of like, oh, I shouldn't have bothered doing that.
No.
It's the experience, isn't it? For the next one, and you're building up and building up and building up until suddenly, like, you're just a lot better than you were before. You know,
for a while I was only doing just gi at brown belt, and then I started putting both in, and I prefer it because say I get smoked in whichever one I do first, no gi, and I get smoked, okay, well now I got a second chance to redeem myself in gi. I wouldn't have that. I'd just be done and go home.
But that's a mindset. You got a mindset of like, I've the opportunity, I've lost the opportunity, but now I've got the second opportunity. Whereas other people are like, oh, I've lost that one, what's the point? And they're going with that negative mindset on the second one. So I'm saying not everyone should be doing that, because they just switch themselves. You know, some of the students are like, they just switch themselves off and they're in like that loser mentality. It's like, no, you could like switch, you could turn this around now. And then
even the other way, when I've like won that the first lot, and then I go into the second lot, I'm like, okay, well, these are bonus rounds for me now, because I've had a good showing. All right, I'm still going to go out there to win, but it's like bonus, and if you don't, you don't. It's like, well, at least I won here now. So both ways I look at it as just, it's just extra time on the mat. Extra experience.
It's all experience. Everything, all I think about training is experience. We're having a conversation before one of the trainers, we're talking about like just sparring and the mentality when you're doing sparring and stuff over here. And some of the guys, like, I think they're in the mentality of like everything's got to be like light sparring, you know, like, and again, I'm not a big component of like heavy sparring, but unless you do some kind of hard sparring now and again, you are gonna get overwhelmed inside the cage. You know what I mean? Like, unless you do the comp training, you're going to get overwhelmed, and the guys go, oh, I didn't know it was going to be this fast. I didn't know it was just going to be this intense. So you have to have a little mix and have that mentality. Is when I'm doing this sparring, I'm not trying to kill anyone, but I'm trying to have some intent in what I'm doing. I'm trying to like put something into it, whereas like some people like just like floating through the whole time. So it's trying to change their mentality on that as well.
Which that's probably, I was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking, that's probably one of the things I struggle with the most, especially being a coach as well, is like not like putting that like sort of killer edge on my roles in the gym, because it's like you're always trying to be a bit nice to everyone. I'm not slapping on submissions. I'm not trying to like just intent on like submitting all my training partners, and then sometimes that shows when I compete, because I'm a bit slower on my submission. I'm a bit hold off. I don't go straight in for things, because all my training is like that. So you
got two different caps though, haven't you? When you wear, and you got your competitive cap and you got your coach's cap. So you're trying to like bring everyone along and help them. Like the amount of times I'll be sparring in a ring and I'm like on the ropes, I'm let the person coming forward and stuff like that. Other times I'll push forward, but again, you might do too much of one and not the other, and become more of a defensive person, or you're being too aggressive and you're just smoking everyone. So like you're just thinking about yourself and you're not thinking about the coaching aspect.
I find that's what I struggle with the most, and then it's about getting like good training partners that like. So last night I had Dan and Joe in class, and so I was like, okay, cool, like do some hard rounds. Went from standing. I know they're going to be fine with me, like, because they know I'm competing on Sunday. So I kind of didn't hold back on them at all, and they're all right with that. So then I feel okay, because they're expecting it. But sometimes you can't find that all the time. But I have to switch, you know. Otherwise, you're just so used to being a bit nicer and a bit slower and a bit softer, and then that happens in competition. You don't have that killer edge.
Just having that like that different type of training. This day, we're focusing on this. This is timing. We're looking at timing here. We're looking at speed. These rounds, we're going to like have a bit of a fight. You know, we're not going to try and knock anyone out, but you're looking to then put the pressure on and not give them any gaps. You know what I mean? Like same for jiu-jitsu. Don't give them any. Don't be playing too much. You know, because it's not beneficial in the end if you're doing that every time.
I mean, you notice it a lot when you think about points, don't you? If you start thinking about points, you're like, I just let him pass. I didn't even try and stop the pass. You know, and you go, oh, like, what am I doing? So then because you just kind of let him pass. I'll do something down here.
It could literally be one pass and they've won the fight.
Exactly.
Like they hold you the whole time, and then you're like, I've just lost the fight because I let him pass once for a moment. I lost focus. I thought I was good, and then you lost focus. The next minute you're getting held. You know what I mean? Like, or then moving to a next position. You're already
behind.
2 steps behind.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Trying to get it back. So I think it's really cool. The point system, just different. Just getting used to it.
I think like even for the MMA guys, it carries over because same thing there. It's like you want to take down. You want to pass the guard. You want to get a dominant position, and now the guy on the bottom's playing catch up. Even if this goes to a decision, or in the judge's eyes, that's all points. This guy's just scored on you, took you down, passed your guard, got to a dominant position. Now you're playing catch up. You got to get out of there. So it kind of carries over. Like,
did you watch the fights on the weekend?
The UFC? Nah.
Yeah. So you look at Pereira's fight, and when he was fighting, Ankalaev. Is it Ankalaev?
Ankalaev.
What is it? What is it? Little Robin?
Ankalaev. It's Ankalaev.
Ankalaev, yeah. Again, like, it was such a close fight. Ankalaev landed good boxing shots. Leg kicks of, like, Pereira was just a nightmare, just destroying his legs. It was a good match. And then, obviously, as soon as Ankalaev started putting the pressure with the wrestling, pinning him against the fence and that, and it wasn't even able to take him down.
Nah, he stopped 11 takedowns.
I was very impressed with his takedown defense, but he's still against the fence. You know what I mean? And he's still getting, like, shot against that fence, pressed against the fence. He's getting controlled. And I think it was a big turning point, like, in that fight. It was like, I thought it was super close. But, I think that's probably what won it for him. So, again, just that positional, but what we were saying before, you get someone, you take someone down, they could be ahead, and then the striking could be the same. You could be like getting 1-for-1 with the striking, but that's made the whole round. Okay, they win number 1. You know what I mean? They get takedown, they win round number 2. Now you're 2 rounds behind. So it's like you got to get takedowns, you got to get positional, or you're striking and you're landing the biggest strikes and not getting hit. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. I was really impressed with Pereira. Again, like some of the shots, he was lifting them up, bringing them back up top and stuff. And
for stopping the takedowns.
Super good.
Yeah, I think he went for 11 takedowns and Pereira stopped them all. But maybe he was a bit apprehensive about getting taken down. That's what I heard anyway. Some people were sort of saying that.
I think once he's on his back, I think he's supposed to be a black belt, isn't he? But then
under Glover too.
Yeah, but then obviously I don't know what level of a black belt he's going to be. So I think he's obviously better. He's going to be better to defend standing and use his energy to do that and then get back to striking. Yeah. Because it might be stuck on the floor for the whole round, you know what I mean? But I watched that one. I watched the Gaethje one. I only managed to see those 2 wicked fights. So really, really technical, good game plans and stuff. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed those ones. I was going to say to you, on the training aspect, is there anyone that you think is coming through that you're looking forward to, like, competing, like on the jiu-jitsu front, from the gym?
From the gym, guys coming up and competing. I mean, some of them are already sort of in there competing. Like Jack's competing again this weekend. It's always, it's always good watching him.
Doing no-gi?
He's doing both.
Oh, is he?
No-gi
That's cool.
And gi, yeah. So, I mean, I like to watch him. He's just so strong. He still uses a lot of strength to defend stuff. Yeah. Once he starts to get a bit more around technique and that, he's going to be like a problem. Yeah. So I do like watching him compete, and I think once he gets more and more, it's getting harder and harder to submit him, but he's stopping the submissions with just a lot of strength. So once he can start to
technique and then,
put the technique in as well, it's going to be good to watch him. I'm looking forward to that.
Looking forward to seeing like Gemma compete at blue belt.
Yeah.
And see how she goes.
The
difference between white belt and blue belt, if there is going to be a difference, that'd be really interesting to see.
Yeah, if there's going to, hopefully she gets a few different people or a few matches or something. That'd be good, like to go against some different people at blue.
Yeah. We've got Frank stepping up again.
Frank, that'd be
that'll be interesting. He's a blue belt still. So we'll see how he goes against some of the level guys at blue belt as well. Yeah. I think he's going under 70. Mm-hmm. So it should be a good weekend of action. A lot of different members doing it. Like, what's the last one we had? I think we had, was it near like 20 people compete?
Yeah,
the last one?
Yeah, up towards 20, and then 11 for this one. But we just come off the back of that white belt only comp. Yeah, and that's the one where we had like 16, 17 people. So I think some of them are having a little break. Some of them have jumped back in again. Yeah. And then I think Jed and Jackson are doing the ABJJC the week after. Yeah. So you got the brothers competing there. But Grayson's jumping in on Sunday as well.
Yeah,
so,
I was talking to him today.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see him sort of roll. He said he's like...
What weight is he?
I don't know, all of the weight. He's like all of it. I think he's like 120 something, I think. Yeah, I don't know. But it's just heavy, so...
It'd be cool to see him in there, and see the matches.
But you get some of these guys, like... Jack's so strong, and then... Some of these big boys like roll out and their heads are like this big, and they just like. I remember when I went to the last ABJJC and this guy was just holding Jack down, and there was nothing he could do to get out. It didn't matter. He just.
Was it Guy?
No, that was
Nogi. All right,
but the guy's like so tall and so much bigger.
Yeah.
He was just like on Jack like a wet blanket, and he just couldn't get out. And I was like losing it laughing because it's like he's not used to that, you know. He can just like power out and. Yeah, this guy was just holding him down. So it's good to see the big guys go for it as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, it'll be good. A lot of events coming up, a lot of stuff happening. We are going to try and get some new people onto our podcast. We're just trying to find the dates when people are available because we've got some good people coming, some promoters coming on. We have some specialists in the health field for combat sports, and then some coaches as well. So hopefully... next couple of episodes we'll have some visitors on. Yeah. And then I want to try with some of the over the not Skype. I'd say Zoom? Skype, but Zoom. Yeah. Over the Zoom, we're gonna get some different people on that one as well.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. We'll call it a day for that one, and we will see you very soon.
Us.